How's it going, my Star Wars family? Hopefully you all are doing quite well. Today we got a brand new LEGO build and a review today of this brand new AT-AT set 75440. I finally got my hands on one and I cannot be more excited. I know on my channel recently I've been really into the Star Wars deep dives and lore breakdown, but today I thought it'd be a fun idea to switch it up and do a LEGO review for you. As mentioned before, this is 75440. It is labeled as an 18 plus set and comes with 525 pieces. This set released on January 1st and has a retail price of $64.99 USD. So now let's actually look at the artwork of the AT-AT before we actually get into the box itself. We have the silhouette of the AT-AT, of course, looking beautiful over here, some words. And then on back, more words and branding. Of course, we got the front view of the AT-AT right here. On the top, we got the French LETBTT. And on the back, we got, of course, another view of the AT-AT itself, schematics, and the Empire Strikes Back infamous scene. That was the moment you've all been waiting for. Build time. I had to pause building real quick because this is a really cool detail. This is the thermal detonator that Luke threw into the AT-AT in Empire Strikes Back, and I love the fact they included this. We are officially done. This is one of the coolest micro sets LEGO, I believe, has ever done. Look at the AT-AT's legs. You got the little tow cable from the Snowspeeder, of course, the Snowspeeder itself. All the minuscule details of the AT-AT are really represented in this micro build. Here is a quick 360-degree view of what this looks like. I'm going to show you the top, I'm going to show you the bottom, I'm going to show you the sides, I'm going to show you everything about this AT-AT. And like I said, from a detail perspective, I don't think they could have done any better. Except from the bottom, I don't know necessarily if anyone wants to see the bottom, but you do have the ability to look at the bottom now, and this is kind of what it looks like. Now, this set took me probably about a little over an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours max to complete. Now, regarding this set, as you can see, there's a lot of tiny little details to make up the immaculate details of the AT-AT. So putting them all together was a little tedious, but regardless, I think they turned out phenomenal, and I think they're kind of warranted. Now, a question a lot of people might have is, do the legs have any articulation to them? And the answer is kind of. You're able to move the legs back and forth, but it's not kind of on a hinge like this would typically indicate, right? So it's on a block. This is only available to move left and right, and that is about it. Same thing with all the other legs. Even though these look like hinges, they are not hinges. So again, the only real movement that you're pretty much going to have is where you really position the feet to a certain extent. Of course, you can kind of position this foot in certain directions as well, and the head does move, but not that much. Now, a little cool detail about this set too is when you actually open it up and turn it to the side, you're able to see some of the people inside the AT-AT's head. I found that to be a really cool design choice, and honestly, like I said before, love this set. Now, do I think this set is worth the $64.99? Yes and no. LEGO probably saw this and said, well, it is an AT-AT, and of course it is a Star Wars set, therefore it's going to be incredibly popular. Therefore, maybe we can bump up the price just a little bit. I personally think you drop the price by around $10, and I think that is a sweet spot. Again, very detailed, but not for the price. And by all means, I'm not saying don't buy this at all. If you are a Star Wars fan, if you do love AT-ATs or even the micro series like these, I think you're going to be personally pleased with this set itself. Now comes the hardest part about reviewing a set like this is what grade or number would I give it out of 10? In my personal perspective, I would give it an 8. I would give it an 8 due to the fact that it's great structural integrity, it has a beautiful design, the pieces are definitely meticulous enough to represent the details of the AT-AT, and size comparison to something like the Snowspeeder I think is relatively accurate. Where I do knock some points off though is, I know we talked about articulation earlier, but the legs are not very articulate or even articulate at all. They're very stationary and stiff. So that's, for me, a point taken off. I think it would be kind of cool to pose the AT-AT's legs in any way that you want to give it more of an authentic and original feel to how you want to display it. And the last point I'm taking off from this, again, is the price. $65 for this thing is a little bit high in my personal opinion. I know I talked about that before, but again, LEGO plus Star Wars equals a premium product, at least in their eyes. So I get why they're trying to push that price point, but again, you drop it by $10, I think it would land in that good sweet spot. Otherwise, I truly am happy with this build. I think it looks great, and it's going to look great on my shelf. I'm really excited to see what other kind of micro sets LEGO is going to come out with in the future. Hopefully more ships like this, or even walkers like this. That is a very quick LEGO build and review of the micro series AT-AT. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like, follow, subscribe, do all those fun things. And of course, until the next time, may the force be with you, and take care.